7th year, coming home.
The face is familiar, and the song is too, but the tuxedo. This very formal occasion for John Denver kicks off the 6th season of the PBS series In Performance at the White House. John hosted the first program in the series for President and Mrs. Bush, and John Denver is in Nashville where he's recording a new album, and he joins us this morning from station WKRN. John, good morning.
Good morning to you, Joan.
All right, the big White House performance. This series, though, started, I think, under President Carter. A lot of classical things, Vladimir Horowitz. Then under President Reagan, there are a lot of Broadway kind of things, like Marvin Hamlish with all those tunes. What's the focus now with President Bush?
Well, I think it's more a cross-section of American popular music, and we had opera singer Simon Estes, from Broadway, Judy Kay. We had Joshua Rifkin on the show playing Scott Joplin Rags, which was just wonderful, and I sang a couple of my own songs.
I hear that while you were taping this, you did get a chance to go out and throw a few horseshoes with the president. Is that true?
Well, I did challenge the president, and he could not resist. We didn't actually get to play a whole game, just tossed a couple of shoes.
So what'd you talk about?
We talked about China and about the environment, actually. He had just done some wonderful work for clean air and is starting to live up to many of the things he said he was going to do in regard to the environment. I was especially happy about that. And then he had to do with my first opportunity to go to China, and so we discussed that a little bit.
We've got a shot of you again in the tuxedo, but you're wearing a medal, and we all want to know what the medal is.
That's my NASA Public Service Medal. Thank you for asking.
All right. You've had a long-term interest in space and space travel, and I read somewhere where you were going to pay the Russians $10 million to go up.
Well, excuse me, go ahead.
Was that true, and how did it come about?
Well, so you're right. First of all, I've had a long-term interest in space. I was involved in getting the whole citizen space program started in this country. Had been assured that I was going to fly, and then we had, of course, this terrible tragedy with a Challenger. And private citizens flying in space is probably still some time off. During that time, I've had a building relationship on many levels with the Soviet Union. And out of their awareness of my interest, they invited me to fly in space, and I actually had a flight scheduled this coming December. Initially, they did put a price tag on it of $10 million. That's what they put on it, not what I offered them. And but I was about a meeting away, I think, from having that price just put out of the picture. I
guess the price we should point out, too, is for a year's worth of training at their space center and teaching you Russian and all these things. But you and your wife were actually studying Russian, weren't you? We had all the tapes to begin studying Russian. We had some work opportunities set up for Cassie over there in film. And we were going to go for it, that's right. And I think what stopped it was the little baby, right? Cassie became pregnant, a real miracle in our life, and we have a little baby girl, Jessie Bell, who is 7 weeks old tomorrow. And is Jessie Bell there in Nashville with you as you're recording? She is in Nashville, but this is the first time since she's been alive that I've gotten up before she has. How has the baby changed your life now? Well, I think for me it really caused me to take a step back and look at all the things I was involved in my life and really make a commitment to have it a little bit more in balance. I had the next 5 years practically mapped out with the Soviet space flight, the possibility of that. And for the first time in over 10 years, I've been home in April and May in the Rocky Mountains, my favorite time of the year. And I feel like I've gotten off this treadmill that I'd been on and have my life a little bit more under control. So you're there, you're doing this album. Are you going to have any songs on there especially for Jessie? There are a couple of songs written special for Jessie, yeah. Any kind of little lyrics you could kind of give us a little sneak preview? There's one song called The Gift You Are, like the very first breath of spring. The gift you are, all the joy that love can bring. The gift you are, all of our dreams come true. The gift you are, the gift of you. All your dreams come true. Your career has had a lot of Rocky Mountain highs, if you will, and some lows. How have you managed through that, and what do you want to pass on to Jessie on that note? Well, I think it's to keep it all in perspective. You know, it's been I've been very fortunate, I think, to live in Aspen, Colorado, as opposed to Hollywood or New York City. I think it's helped me keep my head a little bit more squarely on my shoulders. I hope so, anyway. I have had wonderful success and great luck in my career. I've been able to travel all over the world, and out of that, I really know that people are the same everywhere, that we have the same aspirations, the same desires for our own lives, for those of our children.
And I would like to impart some of that sense of global community, global family, if you will, to little Jessie.
All good lessons. John, we'll watch not only for the special, but also for that new album, what, August, September's due out?